Welcome to 2 Plus Charge. Time for a news dump. The weekly Parabellum happy hour has just concluded. It is an hour-long news stream for the general public every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern, United States Standard Time. You can find them at Twitch/Parabellum Games. Everything I will report here is subject to change. I have picked what important news bits I wanted, so if you want to check the full context of everything that was reported, please check their video on demand over at their Twitch. Balancing. Parabellum has stated that their balancing is done slowly. They do not wish to do any sort of balancing in a hastily manner. Eventually, they would like to contact experienced players from various locations to give feedback on the game, what they like and dislike about the game. The general philosophy is to buff weaker aspects of an army rather than nerf stronger aspects of the game. This is a philosophy that I also share and have made public for many years on various platforms. All the major changes to the rules will be out by Gen Con, which will take place in August. Cataphractoi, shock, impact attacks are being looked at. One-player starter sets are going to be updated and upgraded. They do not expand on what that means. The one-player starter sets will also include rulebooks and are slated for a May release. A question was asked by the Peanut Gallery about new army regiments, since characters such as the Volva have very few regiments she can take for her warband. The answer was, what you see isn't the final warband for any army. New regiments will be added as the game matures. A new companion book will be released at some point. I don't believe a time was given. The companion book will only contain stories, background, and lores. They will not contain any rules. The background will expand on the non-primordial faction lore. Basically, if it's a mortal creature and it lives on the planet, it can have its lore expanded on. On Monday, the 10th, there will be an army builder app release. It will include army lists and game rules. It can be used offline and can be used to print lists. It will be available on the Google and Apple online stores. Some army news. 100 Kingdoms, most if not all of the orders will be out by the end of 2023. Court squires are slated to return after some rethinking and balancing. Ashen Dawn is also being reworked, including possibly raising their defense. The Warioon. It was called the Summer of Warioon. Expect releases to slow down after the summer, though. The Tantor pre-order will happen in June or July. The exact date was not given. The pre-order will include a free rider model and possibly more collectibles within the box, depending on how much Parabellum wants to stuff into these boxes. And then regular sales will go roughly 2 weeks after the pre-orders. City-states. Parabellum basically putzed around and talked about how to pronounce their names and quickly talked about the officers. Old Dominion. As mentioned earlier, Cataphractoi are being looked at for balancing issues, and more kits will be released this year. What they are exactly was not said. Dwegholm. Steelforge will be out June 23rd. Nords. The Berserks and Ufnerdar will be released this year. It will be the first Nord dual kit. What you see in the product pictures is not the final model, as their weapons and possibly shoulder pads will be reworked, resized, and redone. The next happy hour will be next Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern US. The only news I have to report is that they will talk about the new Mountain Jotnar sculpt. This is to help fill out the Ice and Sea Jotnar sculpts, so they are all coherent in their look. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
If you have to roll a 2+ to charge, don't roll a 1.
I think that one was perfect. That was